Okay. All right. Well, welcome. I'm so happy that you are taking the time to join this call tonight or to watch the recording. Jess and I are excited to share the information that we have with you. My name is Julie. I'll be hosting with you tonight, and then you're going to get to hear from Jess as well, which is awesome. So Jess and I are a part of this wonderful community called the Healthy Living Revolution, where together we really try to come alongside of individuals and families and help them to take their health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. And we're encouraged, and we take time on our Sunday night to share this information with you because of the information that you're going to hear. So there are two startling trends that are happening in our world today. And the first is that our environmental toxins are increasing. So whether this is with products you put on your skin, the air that you breathe, the pharmaceuticals that you take, the food that you eat, the water that you drink, our world is so much more toxic today than it was for our ancestors. And at the same time that our environment is becoming more toxic, our food quality is severely decreasing. I love this image because this gentleman is in the center aisles of the grocery store. And I know about 8 years ago, I made a big switch in my wellness, and I stopped looking at calories and fat, and I started looking at the ingredients in my food. And I was shocked to learn that most of what I was eating, most of the things I thought were healthy, were not even really food. They were more food-like products. They were full of ingredients I couldn't pronounce and tons of them. I remember this expensive, healthy bread I was buying literally had like 60 ingredients. I'm like, what the heck? So our food should really be what's fighting this toxicity for us, but it's contributing to it. It's full of preservatives, enhancers, synthetic vitamins, pesticides. And the results are pretty scary. This is Dr. David Katz. He is the head of prevention at Yale. And he said a while ago that this may be the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. And actually, since he said that, it was proven true. It was just affirmed true about 2 weeks ago. The CDC reversed the life expectancy from 77, not reversed, but anyway, from 77 to 74. Which is really scary at a time when we have more medical advances than we have ever had. The fact that we are doing something that is causing our life expectancy to go backwards is concerning. By age 12, many of our children have developed the beginning stages of hardening of the arteries. 1 in 3 children is obese, 1 in 3 will develop diabetes, and more than 25% of children take prescription drugs on a regular basis. And this is Dr. Bill Sears. He's known as America's pediatrician. And he shares that as adults, we really aren't doing any better. 1 in 3 live with some form of cardiovascular disease. 1 in 3 women will have cancer, and 1 in 2 men. I just feel like I have to repeat that. Here we are, 3 women on this call tonight. 1 in 3 women will have cancer. That is alarming to me. And I have been sharing this for coming up on 5 years, and it just becomes more true every single year. And we've got to change something. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, and 1 in 3 is obese. But that's the end of all the depressing stuff. The reason why Jess and I are passionate is because of this quote. I don't know where my, oh, darn it. Is because of this quote here at the bottom that 75% of all chronic disease is preventable. I don't know what's going on over here. So, I know that my journey in learning about food as medicine and the connection between nutrition and disease started with my mom's diagnosis with rheumatoid arthritis, which is a chronic lifestyle-related disease. And while there are many things that we don't have control over, the truth is that Americans are dying of lifestyle-related diseases, and there is stuff that we can do. And really, we can feel encouraged about it, not discouraged. So I think that's what you'll learn from the information on this call tonight. So oxidative stress is linked to poor health. Well, what the heck is oxidative stress? Well, if you're breathing, you have oxidative stress, so that's good. If you run a marathon, you create more of it. If you're out late smoking, you create more of it. So it could be good or bad behaviors, but oxidative stress really is the root of all disease, aging, and death. It is cellular damage. So in our body, we have these free radicals that just ping on our cells all day long, millions of times a day, and they cause damage to our cells. But God had a brilliant plan, and he gave us antioxidants. And when we eat antioxidants, the antioxidant donates a proton to the free radical, which neutralizes it and keeps it from damaging and pinging that cell. So a great way to think about it is to think of an apple. You cut open an apple, the flesh is exposed to the air. It begins to brown, to rust, to age. We know if we take lemon juice, an antioxidant, and squeeze it over the flesh, it delays that aging process. And the same thing is happening to us internally when we consume antioxidants. And we all know where we get antioxidants from, right? From fruits and vegetables. But unfortunately, today's mass-produced produce is packing a much less nutritional punch. So there's two big reasons for this. The first is soil depletion. I'm not going to go into that tonight, but you should know about it. So learn up on it if you are not familiar. But the second is that it's mass produced. So I can go up to Schnucks and buy just about any fruit or vegetable that I want. Excuse me. But in order for us to have this variety available to us whenever we'd like, we are picking the plants, the fruits and vegetables, long before they are ready. So our fruits and vegetables get a good 80% of their nutrition within the last 24 to 48 hours of ripening on the vine. And when we buy the green banana at the store, it was picked a good 2 to 3 weeks before it was ready. So it's been likened to a baby. You know, we know the difference of a baby born at 40 weeks compared to a baby born at 38 weeks and a baby born at 36 weeks. That baby is designed to be connected to its nutrient source as long as possible. And so are our plants, our fruits and vegetables. And when we pick it too soon, we're ending up with very nutrient deficient produce. So this is the result. In 1953, this was the iron content that was present in a bowl of spinach in 1953. And in 1997, you had to eat 43 bowls of spinach to get that same iron content. And that's just iron. There's so much more than iron present in spinach. And so I really believe this image describes the really alarming statistics from the doctors that we saw earlier. Because we all know that we need to eat well. We all know that we need to feed our kids well. But we are fighting a bit of an uphill battle in terms of how deficient our food is in quality. So, you know, back in the 1950s and 1960s, we knew that we had a deficiency. So we came up with the vitamin. And as we know, since vitamins have hit the market, we have not gotten any healthier. In fact, there is research coming out that taking a vitamin daily actually decreases your life expectancy. So that's kind of scary. But at that time, we thought that there were 12 essential vitamins and nutrients in food. So in plants. So we replicated them, isolated, man-made, synthetic, put it in a vitamin, and we thought we were bridging the gap. And it's relatively newer research that we're learning that an apple, for example, has over 20,000 different phytonutrients. A blueberry has over 25,000 different phytonutrients, and an avocado has over 14,000 different phytonutrients. They've only named 140 of the avocados 14,000. And really, we believe we're just scratching the surface. Like, we probably will never know all that is present in our food that makes it so powerful. But what we've learned is about synergy. So maybe, you know, you've probably heard like, oh, well, zinc works if you take it with selenium. And if you're eating vitamin K, you got to make sure you get magnesium in order for it to be digested. But the great thing is, you know, when God gave us an apple, he gave us everything in its perfect ratios to do what we needed to do in our body. So for example, when you eat an apple, it has 5.7 milligrams of vitamin C. But when your body digests it, it's the equivalent of taking an isolated vitamin C tablet that was 1,500 milligrams. The whole food is more powerful. Also, lycopene is found in a tomato, and lycopene is known to fight prostate cancer. But they're finding that when they remove the lycopene, it has no effect on the cancer. And that's because that lycopene is working with all of the other ingredients that are present in the tomato. So we do not have a vitamin deficiency. We have a whole food deficiency, and we need more whole food so that we can have that synergistic effect. So for a long time, the government said 5 servings a day, and then they saw that some problems were brewing, so they increased it to 7 to 13, but that's if you're healthy. If you exercise or are fighting disease or are pregnant, you actually need more like 16 to 18 servings of fruits and vegetables. There are some studies that suggest within the next 50 years, we will have to have 30 servings of fruits and vegetables a day to combat the toxicity in our environment. So finally, the government just did this huge campaign that says more matters, and they're right. We all need more. Nobody with the standard American diet has too many fruits and vegetables. So I'm excited. Jess is excited that at some point someone shared with us this awesome solution called Juice Plus. And I love to tell the backstory because I think it's amazing. It was created over 30 years ago by a doctor. His name is Dr. Smokey Santillo, and he helped cancer patients juice. So he knew the power of whole food, but his dad was diagnosed with lymphoma, and he was given 3 weeks to live. He literally carried him out of the hospital and said, I have to find a way to make my juice more powerful. So instead of juicing the fruits and vegetables, I'm going to take the whole thing with the pit, the peel, the rinds, the seeds, even the leaves whenever possible. He blended it in a Vitamix, took what was left over, which was like a slurry, and he dehydrated that at a cold temperature to preserve the nutrients. And it resulted in a powder. It's what we call powdered produce. That's what's in our capsules. And he just pumped his dad full of this powder. And he ended up living for 6 more years. And not only did he live, but he had good quality of life, which is so rare for cancer patients today. And it was at that time that Dr. Smokey knew that he was onto something. So he spent a couple years finding a company like this one that shares in this manner, because this product has to be explained. It's not a vitamin or a supplement. It doesn't sit on a counter or on a store, shelf. It's food in a capsule. It would go bad. So you have to really understand what this is. So there are 3 things that make it so unique, and I'll tell you that in a second, but I want you to take a moment to look at the variety and the color on the screen. And I want you to know that food is information to your body. So if they want to test you for breast cancer, every single time they give you this same mineral that when you ingest it, it will go straight to your breast, because that's what that mineral does in your body. Well, each of these different fruits and vegetables and all of their different components and phytonutrients have certain spots in your body that they go to every single time, because that's how they're designed. And I'll talk to people who say, oh, well, I eat a lot of fruit, I just need more greens. And the truth is, we all need more of everything and of every color. And the variety is so powerful in our body, because there are quite a few things on this screen that I do not eat often, much less ever, and I definitely don't eat daily. So there is power to the compounding effect of getting this nutrition in every single day. So what makes it unique? Well, the first thing is my favorite. It's food. It has a nutrition label, not a vitamin or supplement label. So you cannot overdose. There is no warning label. There's no, you can take it, it's great, unless you're pregnant, nursing, or under the age of 12. We probably should never take anything that has those words on them, right? Outside of alcohol. But this is why it made sense to me. When my kids were 6 months old, I opened the capsules and put it in their food. I used it as my prenatal, because it is food. It makes sense. If you can eat food, you can eat Juice Plus. It's full of phytonutrition. So all of those nutrients that you saw that were in the apple are in Juice Plus, not isolated vitamins. It's non-GMO, dairy-free, and gluten-free. It has an NSF certification, which is a third party that validates that what we say is in our product is, and nothing more. It's what ensures that it's the highest level of certification you can receive, and we've had it for 20 years. But the reason why I love this certification is because it's what ensures that our powders are free of any herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, yeast, mold, bacteria, and heavy metals. And I don't know that when I go to the store and I buy an organic apple. And so I love that about our Juice Plus. And then finally, when Juice Plus hit the market 25 years ago, people had unique experiences. So they decided they wanted to see, what is this doing on human beings with blood drawn? And we are the most researched nutritional product in the world, with 38 published studies and 9 underway. We've been researched at Brigham Young, Yale, Vanderbilt, MD Anderson Cancer Center, and some of the most prestigious facilities here in the States and abroad. And I'm going to take a second to tell you my favorite study, because it's amazing. So this was published in the JACC, which really didn't mean much to me until I gave this presentation to a group of pharmaceutical reps, and they said that journal is impossible to get into. So I thought that was pretty cool, and you cannot buy your way into it, they said. And it was done at the University of Maryland, and this study was the brainchild of a group of cardiologists. They know that over 50% of heart attacks happen 4 to 6 hours after eating a high-fat meal. So it's why Christmas and Thanksgiving are terrible days in the emergency room. So they decided they were going to take a group of people to McDonald's and feed them a pretty standard McDonald's breakfast. And then they waited 4 hours and they measured the constriction in their brachial artery. And that's this gray bar. So as you can see, everybody had about 40 to 50% constriction. Isn't that crazy? Your body is working 40 to 50% harder after a high-fat meal to pump your blood through. And then they divided the group up into 3. So they put 1 on the placebo, they put 1 on our fruits and our veggies, and then this last group was on our fruits, veggies, and our berry blend. And they waited just 28 days. The purple bars 28 days later. Took them back to McDonald's, fed them the same meal, and measured the constriction in their artery 4 hours later. So as you can see, the placebo group had a slight reduction. They also had the least amount of constriction to begin with. The group on our fruits and our veggies, they had about 45% constriction. Their constriction reduced by over 60%. Excuse me. And then the group on our fruits, veggies, and our berries, they had the most. They had almost 50% constriction, and they went down to less than 1% constriction. And here's why I love that study. These people changed nothing else. All they did was add 6 capsules full of powdered produce into their diet, and their body knew exactly what to do with that. I've read some pregnancy studies that say you're better off adding in more good than you are eliminating the bad. And I think we're kind of in a threshold here in America where we are learning so much about food, and we are kind of trying to be perfect sometimes, or revolting and not doing anything. And it's really not about being perfect. It's really about doing more of what's good for us, more of what our body knows what to do with. And our body knows what to do with these capsules full of plants. And it makes a difference. And you know what else? You might not feel this reduction in constriction in your artery. You might not feel that. But you don't feel a heart attack coming, and you don't feel cancer coming. So I just love this study. I think it's so powerful. So our core products are our trio of capsules. And then we also have our delicious Juice Plus complete shakes. So these come in chocolate and vanilla, and really our company saw that we don't have a lot of high quality macronutrition in our diet here in America. And so that's where these shakes come in. If you consider that your body is like a car. A car needs oil and gas, a high quality of each to run well. But we know if we delay an oil change or use crummy oil, our car will still run as long as we have gas in the tank, but problems might be brewing. Well, our body needs micronutrition and macronutrition. And the micronutrition is what you saw that's in the apple. That's cellular health. That's wellness. And I believe most Americans, that's the oil, right? So I believe most Americans are running low on that. We are deficient in micronutrition, and that's where our capsules will help you. But we are full of gas. We are full of macronutrition, proteins, fats, and carbs. So we're running all day, but problems are brewing. And our shakes come in to be a good, healthy choice to actually fill your belly and give you energy. They're low glycemic, so they stabilize your blood sugar. The number one thing my friends say is they actually keep me full. And it's not because it has 50 grams of protein in it. It's because it keeps your blood sugar stable. They're vegan and non-GMO, gluten and dairy-free, full of plants, and powerful prebiotic fibers and oligosaccharides. Oligosaccharides help to heal the lining of your gut. And so that's really important in a time when a lot of people are dealing with leaky gut. And then finally, last October marked a year that we introduced our Juice Plus Omega blend. And I will tell you, I was annoyed when we introduced these because I thought we had the perfect product. And I didn't know why we were messing with perfection. It had been 14 years since we made another capsule product. And now I'm crazy about these because they helped with my anxiety. But we know that, many people are deficient in high quality omegas. Many people are bridging the gap with a fish oil, which has 2 problems. Number 1, it's not sustainable. It takes 3 to 4 pounds of fish to make 1 ounce of fish oil. Number 2, it can also be toxic. We talked about the toxicity in your environment. Well, the fish that we're eating are toxic too. So here we are taking toxic capsules likely. But the crazy thing is that the fish get their omegas from the algae. So we just skipped the fish. We went straight to the algae. We got all of our omegas from plants, and we use all the omegas, omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. We believe we need all of them in a high quality, and it makes it much more pure and much more sustainable. But what's really important is that we cold press our capsules, which is very unique technology. So if you are currently taking an omega supplement and it's fully encapsulated, they had to heat up the capsule to get it encapsulated, which meant they also heated up the oil. And when you heat up the oil to that temperature, it becomes rancid. So it's really important that we can cold press our capsules and keep our oil as pure as possible. The research is underway on these now, and we don't know the results, but we have been told it is some of the most profound research they have ever seen on an omega supplement. So I'm very excited to see that. So I will wrap this part up with This quote from Dr. Richard Du Bois, he was head of infectious disease in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's been named America's top doc a few times. He was one of the first of now thousands of healthcare professionals to come alongside of our company. And he said, there is nothing available anywhere else in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus does. So at this point, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and ask Jess to unmute herself and just tell us your story, Jess, of how it went for you adding in Juice Plus.
Yeah, so thank you, Julie, and thank you, Kristen, Lindsay, for you guys being on here, and for those that will listen later. Every time I hear this talk, I take more away, and I get even more excited to share it with other people. So my journey with Juice Plus, it really began about 4 years ago. Julie introduced it to me. I was always a clean eater, so when she explained that they put kale in a capsule, I just knew that it made perfect sense. And I knew that while I did eat clean, I was not getting the amount of servings of fruits and vegetables nor the variety. So I just said, sign me up. This makes perfect sense. So that's just how it got initiated. But through the 4 years that I've taken the products, it's gone beyond just getting the servings. I mean, I've seen changes in my energy, my skin, my eyesight, my anxiety. And most importantly, it's just the peace of mind that I'm doing something great for myself. So that at the end of the day is just, because even, for example, this weekend, I mean, I didn't eat well, but it's the weekend. So it's about balance. But every single morning, I took those capsules and I knew that I was flooding my body with 30 fruits and vegetables. So that's just really cool. And then also just peace of mind. My husband takes it, peace of mind that I literally open up those capsule and pour it on Raylan's food. Tonight she had chicken nuggets, and she also had some of the capsule in her mouth and on her food. And so just, again, every day isn't going to be perfect, like Julie said. So just the biggest thing is peace of mind that we're doing something great for myself and my family, and then so much other benefits that came from that as well too.
That's awesome. Yes, she's so smart. She got it very quickly. I love that about her. But that's how I was when I found Juice Plus. I thought, this just makes sense. I mean, we all need more of this in our diet. And I had seen my mom lose her health, and I had realized that, when you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So if there was one thing worth investing in, it was health. And at the time, I was sick all the time. And I actually like that I'm kind of sick now, because I'm here to tell you it's not the cure-all for everything, right? Like, I still get sick sometimes. Although I will say that I used to get this about every 8 weeks, and it's been 4.5 years since I have had one this bad. And so that's amazing for me. In fact, I've gone 4.5 years without being on an antibiotic, and I used to be on them about every 2 months. So that was awesome. I had terrible allergies that would lead to sinus infections, and that improves and gets better every single year. I found I had more energy. I found I was happier, which I later learned is because 80% of our serotonin is made in our gut. And so I was finally feeding my gut well, and my body knew what to do with it. But really, I just was intrigued. When I actually felt a difference, I didn't expect to feel a difference. I didn't get on Juice Plus to feel a difference. I got on Juice Plus to prevent disease. And when I felt a difference, I thought, I want to know why I'm feeling this difference. And the more I learned about the why, which is what you just heard, is what fired me up to share it more with others. So we'll jump into that too. There's another amazing side to our company. Okay, hopefully it'll go where I need it to go. To the Juice Plus company, okay, hold on. Let me make sure I've got it on the right. Here we go. Jess and I ourselves, we are partners of the Juice Plus company. And, it's a unique opportunity. It's a virtual franchise, but it's a very unique virtual franchise. So Jess and I kind of had similar experiences where we were on the products and we learned more. And the more we learned, the more we felt compelled to share. But now we're really passionate about sharing this other amazing solution, which is our mission with people. So what sets us apart and what makes us unique is it's only $50 a year to be a partner with the Juice Plus company. And with that $50, you get a customer-facing website and a back-end website for yourself full of company support. We really don't do anything. We don't carry any inventory. We don't bill our customers. The company does all of that. All we do is we share it like we're doing tonight. So I love that we don't have any inventory, and the only Juice Plus that we touch is our own. Any level that we hit, within our company is permanent, any commission level, which is really important. We also have no quotas or minimums. And that's because the mission of the Juice Plus company is to inspire healthy living around the world. And they want you to be able to do this as you do life. And so with us both being busy moms, you can imagine there are sometimes we can do it more than others. And they don't want you ever to be penalized for that. So that's what I love. At the top level of our company, there's an insurance package offered for your family, and it's in a really good insurance package. It rivals many corporations, Fortune 50, Fortune 100 corporations insurance packages. And it's what allows individuals and families to go full time with the Juice Plus opportunity if they'd like. It's really designed to be a plan B that can become a plan A if you'd like. You could do it in much less than part-time hours if you're interested. And the products are consumable. These Juice Plus products, you take them from womb to tomb, right? It doesn't matter if you're male, female, if you're a baby or a grandparent, if you're black or white, it's for everyone. We all need fruits and vegetables, and they're not going to go out of style. And we all take it every single day. And so with a consumable product like that, you really have an amazing opportunity to earn residual income. And that's what it's turned in for me. And I know for Jess, it's just this thing that she's so passionate about. And so we've gotten really excited to be able to blend our passion with this amazing mission. So at this point, I'll ask Jess to unmute herself again and just explain why she decided to join the Juice Plus company.
Yeah, so for me, it was a lot of just figuring out, like Julie said, why you felt different. And so just looking more into what this product was, the power behind it. After hearing more about the research, it was just like, wow, I was given something really special, and I had a passion for sharing it with other people. So after hearing, all of the facts about Juice Plus, what it does, it's like everyone needs to know about this. And I'm super passionate about health and wellness. And so that's where, this was a great opportunity to combine my passions while also allowing my family to have some additional options as well too. And so for me, it's this win-win. Who knows where it will go, but if I can help other people get healthy, prevent disease, and then it also benefits my family, that's just a great, it's a great opportunity, a great experience. So that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm just very excited to share it with people.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome, Jess. And yeah, I very much fell into it. I started sharing it, and what I learned is that people were looking for it. Many people were in the same boat as me. They were figuring out the connection between nutrition and disease, and it made sense to them, just like it made sense to Jess and myself. And I have a background in IT staffing and did not expect at all that this would end up becoming a plan A or a plan B that became a plan A, and was able to bring me home to be with my kiddos. And that was really because I put a lot of passion behind a really amazing opportunity and gift to share others. And so now I'm just as passionate about our mission as I am about our products because of what it's done for me and my family, and the time freedom and the financial freedom that it's allowed us. So if you're at all curious about any of this, you may fall in kind of one of three spots. Maybe you heard the health information and you thought, okay, I'm not ready to start Juice Plus, but I'm ready to eat more fruits and vegetables. So if that's where you're at, we support you, and we're glad that you were on here, learning about the power of plants. Secondly, maybe Juice Plus has piqued your curiosity. And if so, just know it is the most affordable way that we know to add a massive amount of nutrition into busy families. There is an amazing program where any adult who takes Juice Plus can get free Juice Plus for any child, age 4 through 18, or a full-time college undergrad. It's called our Healthy Starts for Family program, and it makes it really doable for families to afford Juice Plus. So make sure you ask Jess about that. And then finally, maybe you heard that health information and you're like, okay, I thought of my mom, my sister, my cousin. I know so many people who would want to hear about this. That's kind of where I was when I first found it. It made so much sense. So if that's where you are, please let us know. We'd love to talk to you more about how you can partner with our amazing mission and how we can help get this message to the people in your life that you really care about. So at this point, I'm going to stop